Hello to you all. I am Dr. Steven Mckee, the president and founder of LabTech International, and I'm coming to you from Indonesia at our factory and headquarters. Welcome to all of you in the audience and to my dear friends who are with you today from World IDAC. I apologize for not being with you in person, as I had an injury to my back recently which has prevented my travel overseas. Yet I want to share with you some of our experiences in the TVET digital transformation area, which may stimulate your thoughts relevant to current or future programs and initiatives. Some of the things I will share with you today have specific examples, but the impression I want to leave with you today is how digital programs can impact the TVET education system while improving teaching and learning and lowering costs. It is a new day and age for teaching, and we can explore these tools together. First of all, I'd like to just share a bit of information about LabTech so you can understand the context of our engagement with education, why those experiences may be relevant to you. LabTech is the oldest and one of the largest technical education companies in Asia. For 38 years, we produce technical training systems for vocational schools and colleges around the world and have assisted thousands of schools in over 95 countries that have trained millions of students. Our focus is to assist developing countries to improve their skills education programs to create employable students that can also support national development. We are one of the few companies that design and produce both the physical training systems as well as the digital and virtual content. And why is that important? TVET is about providing both knowledge and hands-on skills that result in improving employability to meet the needs of industry. The training process needs to be addressed as an integral whole. Just addressing the digital knowledge side is not enough, or just addressing the physical is not enough. The training must articulate into each other to include both the knowledge and the physical skills. This is why companies like LabTech and also our partners here, Festo, has such a strong and effective program in these areas. LabTech is on the cutting edge of developing new generation of interactive 3D content for technical vocational education. The results of our work and the impact of these blended learning programs is nothing less than amazing. And we're able to improve student scores by up to 20 to 40%. We have implemented our programs in a growing number of client countries around the world recently and now here in Africa too. Using digital learning as a tool for TVET, we can overcome many of the development and operational challenges that we've traditionally faced when trying to improve and expand our TVET systems. TVET is important to Africa as it is to all developing countries. TVET produces the workers, the technicians, the engineers that support the development of a modern society. It improves job and career opportunities and supports national development initiatives. Without the TVET graduates, the phones don't work, electricity grids break down, and industry is not competitive. TVET is a key factor for development. Here I've listed several of the big reoccurring problems that we face that are common to many countries. Applying digital learning in a strategic manner can greatly help in overcoming these problems. It has been my experience that a $1 investment into digital learning programs has the impact equivalent to $10 in traditional brick and mortar initiatives. So what are these issues? Well, we know that many schools lack well-equipped labs. Lack of good instructional materials. A shortage of teachers is chronic in many countries around the world. Also, the teachers often have limited skills or training themselves, which means that they train their students poorly. Faster implementation and scalability is a factor. The traditional methods are very slow to expand. Also expensive, and so budgets are limited and curriculums are slow to upgrade. So digital TVET programs can help address all these issues in a very significant way and help you to overcome these problems here. Up until now, digital learning resources have mostly been considered as supplemental learning. They are an add-on or an extra that's not given much attention, but many now agree that it should be treated as a higher priority and equal with the other two pillars of TVET. Such as the teachers and the workshop. So here we now have not two pillars of teachers and the workshop, but digital is the third pillar here. It should be an equal partner in the learning ecosystem and be properly planned for. It should be embedded into the curriculum. It should be provided with adequate budgets and enable appropriate training to be given to the teachers so that they can use these new tools for the benefit of the classrooms. This graphic is a very good one to show how the balance should be struck. And they are about equal partners in the training program now. Another good slide here that I'd like to share with you is getting the right balance between the digital and the hands-on. So how much should be digital, how much should be hands-on? In this graphic here, we show it at about a 50-50 ratio between the digital and the hands-on. But you could start wherever you like. This could be 10 or 15%. or even 20%. Wherever you start, it will have an impact on improving your programs straight away. As it increases in amount, I think a 50-50 is a good ideal ratio to shoot for. You'll find many, many benefits that will be significant in doing these programs. And so it also creates a good dynamic between going between digital learning and physical learning, back to digital, back into physical. So it's a back and forth. Another term for this is not just blended learning, but braided learning here. This chart here shows some of the benefits that you can expect to be gained while implementing digital programs. As you develop your programs, these gains will be more significant and powerful. First of all, it can help lower costs by a lot, anywhere from 50 to 75% as compared to traditional programs, or both the capital expenditure of development and the operational expenditures too. It can improve student grades by 20 to 40% with the same resources of teachers that you have. It can improve support for teachers and make their jobs easier and more effective. It provides a quick curriculum upgrade, as you can quickly implement new materials rapidly throughout schools and school systems. Teaching materials can be brought up to date. Performance monitoring factors can be embedded into this, as well as learning feedback. So you'll have new ways of measuring the effectiveness of your programs that you can't do with the traditionally structured programs. Also, it provides scalability to quickly implement this and expand it to other schools here. Another thing I'd like to share with you is the concept of layered learning. And when people look at digital learning, they may not understand this because it's many things and they're not sure what it is. It's true. There are many different types of digital learning, from traditional text and documents to videos to animations to simulations to augmented reality to virtual reality and to XR, even extended reality. And we're working in all these areas. So the point is that this content can be arranged to form an adaptive learning sequence. And this is what we call layered learning. By approaching content in a variety of ways, we can strengthen the learning program and achieve a better understanding and for the students and their performance. This approach can turn D students into B or even A students. I do not need to tell you how much a difference that makes to a teacher to be teaching A and B level students versus D level students. It makes learning faster, more effective, and the students will benefit from having better career prospects on here. In this slide, we're looking at a presentation that we just did last October at the Skills Forum hosted by the Asian Development Bank in Manila, Philippines. To those of you who do not know who this organization is, they are the counterpart to the World Bank in Asia, or like your African Development Bank in Africa. They asked us to demonstrate new digital learning technology in the classroom as well as remote learning. You can see from the photos at this session, Mr. Sharir, who has joined our team here and is with you at eLearning Africa, is pictured, and he is from our Malaysian office. And he'll be at our booth at the World Didact Pavilion, and you can interact with him and talk about this. But here you are seeing this deployed in many ways, and we are demonstrating augmented reality, extended reality, powerful simulations, digital twins that go back and forth the school, and also mobile learning that all fits into a case. And I think this deserves a special mention about this, of mobile learning, because now you can make learning more compact and portable. Mobile learning labs, which fit in cases, can be outfitted in a variety of ways, can provide learning technology to be packed up and taken anywhere. These are cases which are self-contained with a server, your Wi-Fi router provide access to all devices. They can power classrooms on the average of 50 learners at a time. It can also connect to the internet if needed, but it works offline. It's perfect to move around the school and to use it in different classrooms or workshops, or it can be taken to remote locations and even be equipped with solar panels to provide the electrical and charging facilities. If you'd like to see this, we have one on display at the LabTech booth. And kits like this can provide an economical learning solution that very portable that you can take anywhere in your country and reach even remote locations. One of the things that LabTech is doing, together with our regional international governmental partners in Southeast Asia, is we've developed over the past 10 years a framework for implementing digital learning in TVET institutions. We developed this to address the question of how to implement digital learning in a systematic way that is also systemic here. And so This helps our clients think through how to establish and develop a roadmap for transition to digital learning. So we run this in a workshop format, and they range from a half day online to a 1 week face-to-face, which can be very in-depth and result in a roadmap for an institution or even a vocational technical system. We've already conducted this program in Brunei, in Malaysia, Nepal, Bhutan, and India, and this can be done together with World Didact or in collaboration with other partner agencies. I would highly recommend this. This is part of our CSR programs that we do this to help schools and countries adapt to digital learning and to implement it successfully. The second part of our CSR programs is a teacher training program. And so we have created a 20-hour online program that we have implemented over the last 3 years in 18 countries and trained 1,000 teachers. This is one of the largest multi-country TVET teacher training programs in recent years. It is very well developed and has received some of the highest feedback and approval ratings from the participants. We are open to starting such a program in Africa, and we'd welcome discussions with suitable partners to help in the organization deployment of this program. These programs are also available to transfer to a country's teacher training institutes by entering into an MOU with us. So this is a brief introduction on how digital learning programs can impact TVET and how to go about implementing them in a systematic way. I would welcome you to explore and come over to our booth, at the LabTech booth at the World Didact Pavilion, and discuss with our staff, Mr. Arnaud Deval or Mr. Sharir, and also our partners at World Didact, and we can see what discussions and what we can do to work together to improve TVET and to guide it towards a digital transition future here in Africa. We look forward to working together with you, and I hope that you're enjoying the eLearning Africa. And again, my apologies for not being there with you this year, but I hope to see you next year. Thank you very much, and take care, and goodbye.